Today in this video we will see what is the best motherboard for Intel i9-12900K and which Z690 motherboard is best one for you, and should you even consider buying Ryzen 7 5800X 3D? So if you are looking for a best CPU and motherboard combination in the market without spending all of your cash at once, if you ask AMD or Intel, well, every manufacturer say that this one is the best CPU on the market. This motherboard has got everything. Considering what manufacturers are saying, they might be true, but they truly miss out on one most important fact, and that is the cost. Then the next thing comes into our mind: what is the best price to performance PC setup I can build? Is it the Intel's 12900K paired with Z690, or is it Ryzen 5800X 3D loaded up with X570 motherboard, or any other much more affordable solution that will save both your money and monthly electricity bills? Because not everyone is willing to run a power-hungry GPU like 3090 Ti which consumes 450 watt, and this concern might be really genuine if you are running your PC like something like 16 hours a day. So I have considered that as well. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Boom! Here it is. This PC is balanced in all the aspects. It's power efficient, budget friendly, and most importantly, it has the best price to performance ratio. As a bonus, it can go up to 7.5 GHz, obviously on a special occasions. Whether it's a gaming, streaming, editing, rendering, it works like a charm. So before we go further, here is a word from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by Swipdo PDF software. Swipdo PDF is ultimate solution for your PDF documents. It's got all the PDF tools you need. With the Swipdo PDF editor, you can edit your files as easy as a Word document. From correcting typos, inserting pages, links, images, removing any content is an easy task. With Swipdo's PDF converter, you can convert files online in just 3 clicks without any cost or registration. And you can convert your PDF to Word, Excel, PPT, image, CAD, HTML, or wide range of file formats. With Swipdo's Merge PDF, combining multiple PDFs into a single file or splitting down a large PDF into several smaller files is a very easy task. Also, if your PDF size is too large to send over an email, use the Swipdo's Compress PDF option to reduce the file size without compromising on any file quality. Swipdo PDF enables you to create, convert, merge, compress, and sign PDF documents in a blink of an eye. Helps you to stay organized and productive. You can give it a try to this free software. Just head over to swipdo.com. Check out links in the description below for special discounts. So let's take a look at the best offering from Intel. This is Intel Core i9-12900KS. This one has launched few days back and already broken several world records. It almost manages to hit like 7.5 GHz. That's truly mind-blowing. To match the muscle of 12900K, you can pair it up with Asus ROG Maximum Z690. There are lots of similarities between these motherboards, such as support for DDR5 RAM and PCIe 5.0, Thunderbolt 4. However, there are some key differences as well that you might want to consider. Inside the boxes along with the motherboards, Asus includes slew of accessories designed to complement motherboard functionality, as well as to get your system up and running without trip to a local PC store. Between all ROG Maximum Z690 motherboards, the accessories stack is same, except the water cooling parts that come with the Extreme Glacial. Asus includes your standard accessories including SATA cables, Wi-Fi antenna, etc. And here are some gaming benchmark tested with 5800X 3D and 12900K. Talking about hardware configuration, I was using Ryzen 7 5800X 3D and Intel i9-12900K. Looking at the benchmarks, you can clearly see, talking about battlegrounds at Full HD 1080p resolution, Ryzen 5800X 3D is clearly beating out the Core i9-12900K very easily. Next one is a Lost Ark. Taking a look at the numbers, you can truly get surprised to see the higher scores on 5800X 3D, and it's heavily beating out the Intel Core i9-12900K. In some of the scenes, you can see the frame rate difference is very huge, like 100 FPS or so, and normally Ryzen stays ahead like 30 or 50 frames per second. Here in the League of Legends, Core i9-12900K stays ahead of the Ryzen by 20 to 30 frames per second. And well, again in Rainbow Six Siege, the Ryzen 7 takes a lead by marginal difference. Average frame rates are higher than even 12900KS. It seems that extra cache is really helping out maintaining that high stable frame rate. Next one we got Total War Warhammer 3 Here you can truly see that it depends totally upon the game's implementation how it renders out all the elements. Here Ryzen 7 is somewhat ahead but performing about similar to Core i9-12900K. Considering stability in all the games, I think Intel did a great job in maintaining the frame rate in all of the games. I'm not suggesting you to buy Ryzen 7 5800X3D for a couple of reasons, I will get to that in a moment. But if you are on a tight budget, Intel Core i9-12900K might not be the option for you. Considering the price aspect, I think we got a budget-friendly version of Intel chip. It is Intel's i7-12700K. It's got the best price to performance ratio and it performs very close to Intel i9-12900K. In terms of gaming, it's basically same to Intel 12900K. Talking about other questions like is Z690 compatible with DDR4? Well, Z690 supports DDR4 with native clock speed up to 3200 MHz. If you want to get the best speed possible, then you want to consider purchasing DDR5 RAM that supports native clock speeds up to 4800 MHz. You are also able to increase the RAM speed even more by utilizing XMP to obtain speeds above the core clock speeds. Next one, what about DDR5 gaming performance? Well, the DDR5 results clearly showed that the performance difference between two extremes, that is DDR4 and DDR5, is only around 8%. The Asus ROG Maximum Z690 Extreme motherboard is truly designed for the PC enthusiasts who demand the best of the best regardless of the price. So what's wrong with the best-in-town hardware? Well, it is not always the best option to buy best-in-class hardware due to couple of reasons. Well, if you buy Ryzen 5800X3D today, it's your last celebration of AM4's upgradability because this is the last AMD CPU based on AM4. Second, you get diminishing returns as you pay more. And third one, no overclocking is supported on 5800X3D. It's a weird CPU by the way. And lastly, wise people follow that bell curve to get the best price to performance ratio. And if you still can't resist the gas for 5800X3D, you might need to consider few things. Overall, the 5800X3D is a strange chip. It's not a bad CPU at all, but certainly it's not the most powerful gaming CPU in the world. It's already beaten out by the Core i9-12900KS, but the CPU is a power-hungry beast that cost $800 and the Ryzen 7 5800X3D is still costing like $450, making it a faster CPU at least a reasonable price, which is why the Core i7-12700K costs just around $400 and the 12700K CPU still represent an extremely valuable asset. It is an excellent value and not far away for gaming, and it can perform like a beast for productivity. Instead, if you are willing to ignore diminishing returns for the best hardware money can buy, you can go for little brother of Intel's flagship CPU, which is Intel 12700K. This setup can give you the most versatile PC build ever. I have linked down parts list in the description below. The 5800X3D on other hand is a fitting send-off. This is most likely the final CPU the AM4 will see, and that's a reason definitely I will not recommend you to consider for your new builds. The platform is dead, but if you are primarily a gamer and already using AMD's ecosystem and you have been waiting for upgrading your CPU, then this is a solid choice. Can you achieve same level performance by overclocking plain Ryzen 7 5800X or even the new 5700X? Yes, there are only few disadvantages using 5800X3D. Down in the description, I have dropped links to all the PC hardware we talked about. Thanks for watching this video. This is Kedar from How To Guys signing out.